Alright, so yes guys, a very warm and windy welcome.
This is me. A coming on 30-year-old British cruiser trying my very first Italian cruise line. To answer the question, will I enjoy the food?
Oh, that is so much better.
Will I enjoy the entertainment? Will I have a single clue what is going on?
Auguro a tutti voi una splendida serata, una fantastica crociera. Grazie.
I mean, the only Italian I'm going armed with is Molto Bene. I can't even say that correctly. I guess there's only one way to find out.
Okay, hello everyone and welcome to a very warm and sunny Tenerife. Always great to get some winter sun. And welcome on board the MSC Opera. My first time on an MSC cruise, so I'm excited to see what it's got in store for us.
You may have also seen that my suitcase has arrived, which is good. It's always a relief when it arrives. But we're not going to unpack yet because I believe that the sunset is going to happen soon. So let's get outside, watch the sunset, and then we might unpack. We'll see how we feel. Let's go do that. Well, that sunset was very disappointing. But the positive is it did give me some extra time, which I put to good use because I've now unpacked and I've also had a shower. But I want to talk to you about that quickly, so just come with me a sec. So I haven't shown you this yet, but this is the bathroom. Hello, it's me. And I just want to point out a couple of things that I've noticed since using it. And the first one is the shower. Now, it may look quite small, and that's because it is. Yes, this shower has to be the smallest one that I've seen on a ship. Probably the smallest one in my life. It's really, let me show you. Right, let me just try and demonstrate this for you. I have to ignore my dirty shoes for this. Shut this lovely shower curtain round as well. There you go. So it's rather cosy. Of course, it is perfectly serviceable, but don't expect to be doing much moving around. But you can expect to find some shampoo and conditioner. And I've realised that I should probably get out because it's a bit weird because I'm standing in the shower. Right, let's get out of there. So the second thing as well that I've noticed is right here. So this is your hairdryer. Sorry, just zoom out a bit. So this is your hairdryer. It's convenient because it's in the bathroom, but So you won't be able to tell on the camera, but it's not very warm. It's more kind of lukewarm, which isn't really good for drying hair. And I'm gonna put that back now. So yeah, there we go. That was a very unplanned and unscripted review of the bathroom. I hope you enjoyed it. Well, my hair's all a mess now because I've used the hairdryer, but the night is still young, so we're going to get out there, we're going to get some food, and we're going to watch the Sailaway, so it's all good stuff. So let's get out there. That'll do, I don't know what's going on. Yes, we're cruising, baby. Goodbye, Tenerife. Hello, Canary Islands. Even though Tenerife is a Canary Island. Oh, you know what I mean. Yes, we are officially cruising. Not that you would know because it's absolutely pitch black outside, but we are, and the ship is moving quite a lot as well, so we are definitely cruising. So yeah, one thing to note before we go, after I sailed away, I did go down to the reception area to activate my cruise card, basically to link my bank card on, which I did that, and it was a very simple process, but they did take, I think it was 250 euros or something like that. So that's just something to be aware of. I think you could do it beforehand, before you come here, but I couldn't really do it. There was some issues or whatever, so I just done it. That was a very boring story, but something that did happen, so I just thought I'd let you know. But yes, guys, it is getting pretty late, so I am going to end the video here because we've got an early start in our port of call tomorrow, Gran Canaria. 6 AM, I think we're getting there. It's going to be quite a busy cruise. There's only one sea day, so there's going to be a lot going on. I think I'm going to be knackered by the end of it, but that's fine because we're cruising, baby. So looking forward to exploring the Canary Islands, getting a bit of sun, and all of the shenanigans in between. And I'm glad that you guys come along with me and enjoy it. But I am going to go to bed because I didn't sleep well last night because I stayed up late, and then the ship's moving too much, and yeah, then early start for the flight and then everything, so I'm just going to go and leave you guys. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you in Gran Canaria. Take care and goodbye for now. Buenos tardes, everyone, and welcome to our first port of call of this cruise, Gran Canaria. Where you'll be able to see that our first stop at this port is just a stone's throw away from the ship. All of that and more coming up right after this. Alright, so yes, I am back on the ship. A little bit earlier than I was expecting. I did have a couple more stops on my itinerary, but they were closed. I think it's something they do in Spain. They close things on a Monday, so I wasn't able to do them. I did, however, have a look to see if there's anything else I could do, but I couldn't really find anything. So I decided to come back to the ship, which hopefully means I can enjoy a more quiet ship and get a bit more food. So that's what we're going to do. A bit of food, a bit of sun, and a bit of relaxing. Let's go. Alright guys, not very sure what's going on. It's now coming up to about half... Well, that might be an indication of what's going on actually. Yeah, I guess that's kind of what's going on then, okay. Well, yeah, I guess that answers the question. I was going to say that it's about 10:30 now, and obviously we're meant to leave at 10 and we haven't, and I was going to say I'm not really sure why, but I guess that answers why, so hopefully everyone is okay. Alright, it would have seemed that all of the port staff are leaving as well, so I'm not really sure what's going on now. Alright, well there you go, we are cruising again. Not that you can really see because it's pitch black outside, but we are cruising. We're about an hour later than we're meant to be, so either we'll be an hour late to our next port of call, or we'll just go a bit quicker, I'm not sure. But I don't know whether it picked up on the time-lapse, but it's really rocking. I don't know what's wrong with this ship. It really just wants to rock around all over the place. But yeah, thanks for joining me for day 2, another port of call to explore tomorrow, and it's time for me to go to bed. So take care, and I'll see you tomorrow. Buenos tardes from our second port of call on our Canary Island cruise. Yes, hello and welcome to Fuerteventura, where the weather is 21 degrees, but it's also rather windy, so apologies if any of that picks up on the microphone. So yeah, when I was on the ship, I was doing some research into what I could do, and there wasn't really a lot. So I've brought you to this very desolate spot, because we're going to do some hiking today. And yeah, so we're about an hour's walk away from the ship. You can just see it over there, which we've done. And obviously, it was quite easy to get to. We just followed for free. Oh, I was reading. Fairly simple to do. I just followed the coast and the highway down, all the way down here, till I reached this, I don't know what we'd call this, a village? A settlement? I don't know, I sound very Anglo-Saxon now, but but if you look from this point here, all the way around, there's pretty much just rocks and sand as far as the eye can see, so right, so I've stumbled across this, which kind of looks like maybe it's a running track, maybe a driving track, I'm not too sure at the minute. Alright, so that's my shop in Lidl complete. I got a couple of things just to try some of the local delicacies, I guess. That's probably the wrong word, but yeah, we're going to see what I got. So to start off with, I got a nice chilled drink, limonada, which has mango, and I'm not entirely sure what that is. Wonder if it says on the back, hang on. Water, lemon, mango, lemon, sugar. Yeah, not sure about that one. Maybe the taste will answer the question. Cheers. Oh, definitely smells a lot fruitier. Quite strong. I'm still not sure what it is though, but I can taste the mango. Yeah, not sure, but it is very nice. Alright, up next we got the Los Authenticos Risquetos Original, which I'll be honest I bought because they've got the coolest looking guys on it. Look at this, look. How could you say no to that? So yeah, looking at the packet, I'd imagine this is some sort of what's it maybe. Maybe a slightly crunchier version, I'm not sure. Well, there was a definite strong smell of cheese coming out of here, so I think that's a pretty good guess. Or a strong smell of queso, I think it is. Alright, cheers. It tastes very close to those what's it crunchies, I think they're called. Very nice. And yeah, last up we got this, which I assume is very close to the OT chocolate digestive, which is just useful to have because, you know, if I'm out at port for a long time, it's good to have a little snack just to keep you going. Right, I really suck at opening packets. That's all I can say. Why is it so difficult to open? There we go. Definitely looks like one. We'll see. Cheers. Oh, that is so much better. The chocolate tastes a lot better. A lot better. That's very nice. I have another one actually. Alright, I lied. I had 3 more. Oops. Alright, so yeah, that was I got. A few bits and bobs. I also got this bag for life. Stop the wind blowing everywhere. Just nice design of the Canary Islands. There you go, so that'll be good. But yes, the day is getting on. I've got about 2 hours to get back to the ship, but luckily it's only over, that's too far. It's only over there. There it is. I think, is that the ship? Yeah, that's the ship. I don't know what I'm doing. Alright, step 1, find the ship. I found the ship. So it's 2 hours to get back to the ship. It's going to take me about half an hour to walk back. So a leisurely walk, maybe an hour. So we should start heading back. So let's go do that.
Hello everyone and welcome on board for this sea day. In fact, our only sea day of this entire cruise, which is quite unusual for me, but there you go.
Alright everyone, I hope you're enjoying this sea day, our only sea day of this cruise. I'll be honest, I haven't really been up to much, but there were some things I wanted to talk to you about. But as I came back to the cabin, I saw that the sun is setting behind me. So we'll watch that and then we'll chat after that. So the weather up and down from Madeira, in my experience, has always been a bit rough, so it wasn't really a surprise that it was this time as well. A lot of movement of the ship, a lot of doors swinging about everywhere, but the second and more impressive thing I want to talk about is how many sun loungers there were available. It's a very strange experience to go up on a top deck of a ship when it's nice sunny weather and see so many sun loungers available for the taking. And you have to remember as well, this was at peak time. This was like 11, 12 o'clock in the morning / afternoon. So normally it'd be rammed, but plenty of sun loungers to choose from. So yeah, there we go. That was a very strange but pleasant experience. The other thing I want to talk about is kind of the announcements and stuff. So to give some context, with P&O, for example, obviously the captain does an announcement every time we leave port. 12 o'clock they do an announcement. There's a lot of presence of like kind of the captain and staff, I guess, cruise director as well, but on here there's been nothing. There's been no updates of anything. There's been no kind of captain. I don't even know who the captain is. I mean, there's nothing to say who it is, which is really kind of strange, I guess, when you don't have it, but then I guess you're used to having it. As I say, for a lot of people probably won't really matter, but it's just kind of something that I've noticed, I guess. So I thought I'd let you know. So yeah, with the night getting on, I think we're going to go down to like sort of the atrium area. We haven't really been there yet. Do a little bit of shopping, see if there's anything worth getting there, and take the evening from there. So take the evening. What's the evening? What's the take the evening from there. So let's just go do that.
Welcome to this special night tonight. I have the pleasure and honor to present our master, accompanied by the officers and the head of department of our ship. Chez autres, bonsoir et bienvenue à tout le monde. Ce soir, j'ai le plaisir et l'honneur de vous présenter à notre commandant accompagné des officiers che prepareranno per voi oltre 15.000 pasti al giorno. Encargado y supervisor de todos los chefs y los cocineros que preparan más de 15.000 platos al día. The executive chef from Italy, Giuliano Conti. Our guest relations manager from Italy, Sara Bravi. The food and beverage director from Italy, Adriano Palomba. And now the biggest applause is for our master. Applaudissements les plus forts pour notre commandant, unsere Kapitäns. El capitán del barco, comandante del navío. Forte l'applauso per il comandante di MSC Opera, dall'Italia from Italy, Capitan Giovanni Antanasio.
Dear guests, good evening. On behalf of MSC Cruise and the entire crew, thank you for choosing MSC Opera for your holiday. We will do everything we can to make your time with us a pleasure from beginning to the end. Have a wonderful evening, a wonderful cruise. Thank you. Dal primo all'ultimo momento. Auguro a tutti voi una splendida serata, una fantastica crociera. Grazie.
Grazie comandante, famosi di Hollywood e alcuni musical di Broadway. E allora siamo pronti, we are ready, nous sommes prêts, but we need your big round of applause, il vostro fortissimo applauso, tre buoni applaudissementi, grazie applausi, here we go, City of Stars. music, forgiving it to me.
Alright, well I think it's fair to say that didn't quite go as planned. Isn't it ironic that I said before that I didn't know who the captain and staff were, and then I met the captain and the staff? Like, what are the chances of that? I don't know. I don't get it. But yes, if you hadn't already been able to tell, tonight was formal night. It's a good job I found out. I don't know how I would have found out because I don't get any of those papers that come to the door, so I don't know how I would know it's formal night. But I went out, saw loads of people in suits, and was like, I'm going to go put my suit on. So that's what I did. Hopefully, I look alright. What do you think? Well, if you didn't like it, just tell me. You don't have to like shut yourself off, man. Jeez, what are you doing? But yes, didn't even make it to the shops. It's getting late now, so we'll do that another day. There should be some other days we could do that. But yeah, so that's pretty much the end of today, the end of our one and only sea day on board the MSC Opera. I hope you enjoyed. Please come back tomorrow when we are in Madeira. I've got some stuff booked for Madeira. So I'm having too much fun, sorry. Right, back to serious. Yes, do come back for Madeira. I've got some stuff booked for tomorrow for Madeira, for both, because they are both the same thing. So check back for that. And I'm going to try and get some sleep in these rocky seas. So take care. Goodbye for now.